TikTok has been sold to Israel, and this is the man who has bought it. Israeli citizen Larry Ellison is the biggest donor to the IDF, and he now controls TikTok. He also owns Oracle, which is the world's biggest data center. So now not only is he able to store your data, but he's able to actively collect it and give it to Israel. Also, Palantir, a Israeli AI monitoring company led by Israeli Alex Karp, will be monitoring you with AI. By the way, this is Peter Thiel, the co-owner of Palantir, who recently put out a long documentary saying that if we regulate AI, we're going to bring on the Antichrist. So we have to make sure that AI and Palantir can run rampant and control us. All three of these men are very close friends with Netanyahu, and Palantir struck a deal in April with the US government to surveillance all American citizens for $250 billion. And what does the US get out of it? Nothing. Keep speaking up and let's give them a fun file on ourselves.
What you're about to see is a schizophrenia simulator created by someone who has schizophrenia on what it feels like to have these hallucinations. Check it out.
Look at the water. Hear that? Oh my God, it's a bird. Oh, you see the bird? So cute. Look how close you are. I'm sorry.
Now, obviously, this is just one individual's experience, but I'm curious for anyone else that has schizophrenia how much it lines up with your experience. Let me know below. For those interested in this fascinating condition, the description has a lot more info.
You can see this is apparently Mount Sinai. There's video footage of all this. The top is still burned. Became a type of a volcanic glass like obsidian or something. It actually burned the rock. There's also apparently the altar that Aaron made with a golden calf. They made the golden calf on the altar, but on the side of the altar, they drew a picture of a calf, or cow. Still there. God told Moses to smite the rock and water would come out. A lot of folks think this is the rock that Moses smote. That rock sticking up on that mountain is 5 stories tall. 50 feet to the top of that rock, as tall as these trees around here. And it's split right down the middle. On both sides there are erosion marks. Water came pouring out of that rock. We have sulfur balls. I've got some here on the table. These are actual sulfur balls from Sodom and Gomorrah. They're 99.9% sulfur and they're burned out. These sulfur balls specimens were tested by Michael Bonilla, a friend of mine up in New York. He said they were 97.4% pure sulfur when he had them tested. Millions of these sulfur balls are over there, right in that one area. It literally rained burning sulfur. So hot that it took the bricks of the city and baked it into ash. No place else in the world has these phenomena. We've got hundreds of them in our museum out here. Sulfur balls from Sodom and Gomorrah.
Skywatcher. I watched a video of theirs on YouTube. I mean, it'll blow your mind. It's these military dudes that are their own private organization now, developed this technology that they call the dog whistle. Anytime they turn on the dog whistle, a UAP shows up.
It's like a calling beacon.
They have different classes of UAPs, and this is a little chart. So there's the Tetra, which is class 1, the Tic Tac class 2, Blob class 3, Beam class 4, Manta Ray class 5, Bright Star class 6, Jellyfish class 7, Hornet class 8, and then Egg class 9. It's always daylight too. They never summon them at night.
Even scarier.
Yeah, because they can better observe during the day.
So if the government's able to do that, there's no way they're not like saying, let's trap one.
But that's not even the government. This is their own company.
That's what I'm saying, but like the government has this information.
Yeah.
They're definitely catching these things. Tricking or trapping or something.
I saw this, I'm like, how is no one's talking about this? This video, they're literally like, turn on the dog whistle, and they're like, yeah, there's class 1.
Dude, I do not want to see that in real life. Like, I'm way more okay with it being spooky than real.
It's so strange though that like this frequency, they said they have 100% success rate of it. As soon as they turn it on, they will see a UAP.
Yeah, it's not like we just shot in the dark and they just show up every once in a while. Like this is a literal communication system.
Yeah.
That was so real what he said. I'm okay with it being spooky rather than it being real.
And discovered that Chang's other head was an undeveloped twin that had somehow become entangled with Chang's body. The second head, doctors believe, had been meant to be another person. The theory is confirmed by the existence of a slight hump on Chang's back, still another part of the undeveloped twin's body. Test of his sight, sense of taste, and hearing show expected impairment on the right side of his face. Perhaps the most startling discovery is the physical connection between the action of both heads. Medical teams suspect that Chang's twin is an intergrowth, sharing in every respect Chang's autonomic nervous system. The laboratory tracking begins to define Chang's connection to his twin. A startling discovery is made in the course of testing. Chang's twin, in fact, has its own primitive brain.
Could you imagine being one of the first doctors or amongst one of the first doctors that came across this type of thing? Like, you don't even know what to do. You just got to examine it. You can't even help the poor person. Like,
so this is a ship tracking website. Anyone can go to ship tracker or whatever it's called. And you can click on any of these dots and see where the ships are. But we noticed something weird, Eddie. There were some ships way inside of where the ice is supposed to be. Okay. 730 miles from the closest port. Okay. That's huge, right? And at that distance on Google Earth, it says it's 1.9 miles higher than the Earth, right? So higher than the water. So 1.9 miles higher. So that can't be a canal. Well, what's going on? How did that ship get in there? Then we zoom out a little bit. We found another ship 905 miles in from the closest port, an active ship. That's 2.37 miles high. It's almost in the center of Antarctica. Okay. According to the globe. So what the heck is going on there? So we clicked on one of those ships and it had very little information. It said it was 580 meters long. That's a gigantic ship, right? And it didn't tell it where it was going. It didn't have any information other than it was registered in the nation of Kiribati. Where's Kiribati? So we look it up. It's out here in the middle of the ocean, the middle of the Indian Ocean. I have a pin on it. It's a sandbar, Eddie. Okay. It's a little bigger than a sandbar, but China gave them $10 billion recently, and America's given them equal amounts of money not that long ago. They say it's a very important trade route. I found a whole bunch of articles. Other countries are like, yes, Kiribati, very important trade route. Why do they need to stop here? What's going on here? Doing a little investigation on Kiribati, one of my listeners said, look what I found. The Captain Cook Hotel. Bed and breakfast or whatever. Maybe someone's just fascinated with Captain Cook. Captain Cook's the guy that said he tried to circumnavigate Antarctica and it went 68,000 miles. It took him 3.5 years. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Okay. We looked at the ships that were landing in Kiribati currently, and guess what? They had very little information too. Their destinations were either unlisted, which is weird, or Christmas Island. Why are all of these 15 or so ships unlisted or Christmas Island? Strike two. Okay.
Where's Christmas Island?
I have no idea. Okay. Christmas, it's all satanic thing. You know, maybe they're bringing children somewhere. Maybe they're smuggling children. Who knows? I don't know. What do I think that's going on? Here's what I think is going on. I think Kiribati is a very important trade route, but it's going out here. Now on a globe, that would show this boat in the middle of Antarctica, but maybe it's going out here to these other continents and they're trading technology, computer chips.
Google Vault 7. It will knock your socks off. There was a CIA computer engineer named Joshua Schulte. He was apparently a disgruntled engineer. He didn't like his boss. He didn't like his coworkers. They didn't like him. So he just downloaded the crown jewels of the Directorate of Science and Technology and sent it all to WikiLeaks in 2017. He revealed that the CIA has developed technologies to, for example, remotely take over your car by hacking into the chip. Why would the CIA want to take over your car? To make you drive off a bridge, maybe? They developed technology to reverse your smart TV to make the speaker into a microphone with the TV still appearing to be off, so you don't know that it's broadcasting everything that's being said in your house to CIA headquarters. They were able to hack into other countries' most sensitive technological systems and to leave little scraps of code, but the scraps of code are written in Russian. So people say, oh, the fucking Russians hacked into us. Actually, it was us.
I mean, we have this crazy advanced technology. I mean, why wouldn't they do something like this? They have the tech to do it, so clearly they're gonna.
Going to bed South Africa style. When coming into your house, make sure the electric fence is on, spikes are set, front door is chained, security motion light is activated, an interior padlock is set behind the metal doors. Then, coming into the house, you want to make sure that your baton And Mace is by the front door. Front door is locked and closed. And also, the alarm is set. Now it's night-night time, South Africa style. How's it where you are?
Is it really that bad in South Africa?
Well, it's a well-known fact, Sonny Jim, that there's a secret society of the 5 wealthiest people in the world, known as the Pentaverate, who run everything in the world, including the newspapers, and meet tri-annually at a secret country mansion in Colorado known as the Meadows.
So who's in this Pentaverate?
The Queen, the Vatican, the Gettys, the Rothschilds, and Colonel Sanders before he went tits up. Oh, I hated the Colonel with his wee beady eyes and that smug look on his face. Oh, you're gonna buy my chicken, oh!
Dad, how can you hate the Colonel?
Because he puts an addictive chemical in his chicken that makes you crave it fortnightly, smart arse!
Interesting. Cuckoo.
Y'all already know they be saying a little bit of truth in these movies.
This is the real dark reason why the elite wants you to keep using AI. Check this out.
Alright, the jig is up. Delete ChatGPT, delete Sora, delete any AI apps you have on your phone. Stop your support now. You need to understand something. Pandora's box is 99% of the way open.
Yep. No going back.
And I'm not sure if you're familiar with the myth, but once it opens, it cannot close. Oh my god, it's so funny! Jake Paul doing game makeup tutorials. They're making child porn!
Cancel AI immediately.
People are making child pornography!
There needs to be laws, y'all, passed ASAP.
That is nigh indistinguishable from reality.
Is this why the elite are pushing it so hard?
You are going to be framed for something you did not do.
Yep.
It's gonna happen. We can't stop them from developing it. But what we can do is stop feeding them the money they need to do it.
Yep.
It's over. You want to be a creative? Sorry. That field has been replaced. Computer software, fucking forget it. That's already cooked, over, and done with. 3D rendering, artist direction, architecture. Do you understand that you are being replaced?
Yep.
You, all of us, are being replaced.
That was the plan.
Functions that make us human are being robbed from us.
That was the plan all along. Stay weird.
Well, I mean, yeah, if AI can make a video of Jake Paul doing some crazy stuff like that, just imagine what it can get you doing.
This is a cloud chamber, and the reason that this is an extraordinary device is what you're seeing is radiation that's being emitted from the uranium ore, alpha and beta particles, as they shoot through, leaving wisp-like trails behind.
The European Space Agency might have just showed us something they weren't supposed to. Since the US government conveniently shut down just days before the Mars flyby of 3i Atlas and told us they're not going to give us updates on it anymore, the good old ESA released this video just a few days after it flew by Mars, using their ExoMars trace gas orbiter. And just watch what happens when we zoom it in. No video enhancements applied whatsoever. Is anyone else seeing what I'm seeing? Surely this is just a photography lighting glitch, right? And like, where is China in all this? They do have an active orbiter around Mars, the Tianwen-1. Wouldn't this be just like the best opportunity for them to flex on us, showing us the clearest photos of 3i Atlas yet? But no, radio silence from the CNSA, China's National Space Administration. So they either somehow didn't take the photo on time, or they did, saw what it was, and didn't want to show anyone else. And still other online detectives pulled this image from NASA's official Mars Perseverance rover's online public library, dated Seoul 1643, October 4th, 2025, the exact time that 3i Atlas flew by. NASA, of course, hasn't commented on this yet, and some are saying it might just be Mars's moon Phobos caught in motion, which ironically is Greek for fear.
FBI has been following for 3 days here on 7 Action News. Is a Detroit business buying and selling human body parts illegally? And what was inside the business? It may shock you. 7 Action News investigator Jim Kurtzner is live with the very latest tonight. And Jim, is this part of that investigation? Is that winding down at all yet?
It is indeed, Jeff. Take a live look behind me. This is what's left of the FBI evidence recovery team inside this car. And take a look at this vehicle. We believe this is the owner of the business just returning to take back possession of his business. More on that in a second. But take a look. Another busy day out here on Detroit's east side, just down the road from City Airport. Sources say they have removed several boxes of what is believed to be human remains. Sources say many people. This was a big operation. And get this, inside this business, a saw used to cut up bodies, it is believed. All taken away as evidence to the Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office, where it will be tested. This business is known as International Biological. It advertised as a medical educational service provider. The owner is Art Rathburn. He has a mortician license, has had in Michigan since 1982. But the big question is, did he get human bodies illegally? And was he selling them illegally? Just moments ago, the owner, we believe, showed up. I tried to ask him some questions. Mr. Rathburn, will you talk with us? What do you have to hide?
It's already looking suspect, not wanting to answer questions and avoiding the news when they're trying to ask you questions about what's going on. You already know they were serving it up.
1545. Is that a Dairy Queen sign? Interestingly enough, it looks like it's been totally taken apart. Got cleaning mop buckets everywhere and so forth. And it's right across, by the way, from Brigham Young University, right across from the stadium, right? So my point is, there's the football stadium. There's cameras all over here. The FBI should be able to easily say what the path was for Robinson to get to the airport, or the Dodge Challenger. Should be flock cameras all along here.
Kind of gives like a movie set vibe.
What's this?
Me and Mummy, and he won't go back to sea ever.
Normal, right?
Again.
Wait 1 second.
What a wonderful adventure. Who's next? I live with my mummy and my other mummy. One mummy is a doctor, and one mummy cooks spaghetti. I love spaghetti.
Yeah, what the fuck? She watches this show. What the fuck are they trying to sneak into the fucking propaganda? Peppa Pig is caca. She's very bad. Nobody likes Peppa Pig, okay? Peppa Pig is caca.
Mommy, I didn't see till now.
Of course you didn't see it. They sneak it in for 1 small second so your kids think it's normal. Fuck this.
One mommy and another mommy.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
100%, it is bullshit.
Tweety Bird, boy or girl? Girl! Tweety is actually a boy. Bluey. Girl! Okay, we know Bluey is a girl. Mewtwo. Boy! Okay, Mewtwo's nothing. Mewtwo is non-binary.
He's a math teacher, by the way. You can tell by the equations on the board. Here's an equation for you. X chromosome plus Y chromosome equals a man 100% of the time.
What do you do if you accidentally misgender somebody? Do you argue with them, say, nah, you look like a man?
Yes, exactly.
No! You apologize.
No, you're right. I would say I'm sorry. I didn't know I was talking to a reed.
How is a conversation like this even brought up in math class? I mean, this is what happens when you just let anybody become a teacher, I guess.
But I went ahead this week and sent around a life insurance policy of sorts, a package rather, to people that I trust, a package filled with text messages, emails, private communications, videos, and private legal documents. So if anything happens to me, you guys will know exactly who it is that has been making my life a living hell over the past couple of years. People that are trying to bankrupt me and my family, that are threatening us to sue us. Everything that Kanye said was so real. Okay. I'm now at that point where you look back and you go, man, Kanye was right. He was really saying something about what it takes to leave, to fight for custody of your own soul. Just leave me alone. Let me say what I believe and you say what you believe. Fight fair. Why do you always have to make this threat to bankrupt people? And I want you to know that those people, if anything happens to me, they have my explicit permission to release it all, detonate it all, expose all of these people in politics and in the movement who behave like this behind the scenes. It's necessary. And I highly recommend every single person that is out there that has a platform and is going through things and is scared, do the same. Send everything around to about 8 people that you trust. And I mean, I've ranged it. I sent it to journalists, text messages and screenshots to people ranging from Max Blumenthal to Andrew Tate. They won't know where it's coming from.
Candace Owens is at war with the very people that she believes are misrepresenting her late friend Charlie Kirk and what he was experiencing in the final months of his life. The pressure he was receiving from pro-Israel Zionist donors to Turning Point USA, and how he felt about the notion of essentially cutting certain people from the conservative movement off and no longer being friends with them. Take a look.
So Charlie writes in this group chat, just lost another huge Jewish donor, $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. Somebody writes, ugh. Charlie writes, Jewish donors play into all of the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause.
Some of you might be thinking, Anna, are you really going to trust Candace Owens? They could be totally fabricated, meaning the text exchange. Well, it turns out that Charlie Kirk's producer, Andrew Kovic, has come out to talk about the veracity of these messages. Let's take a quick look at that.
That was a text grab, a screen grab that I had shared with people. So it is authentic. And I want to go into it because I actually am really excited that the truth is out there.
So there you have confirmation that the messages are not fabricated, they are real. Go ahead, Cenk.
It was Charlie going to leave the pro-Israel cause. I don't know, that's what the text says. And the text is authentic.
Also, I wonder why his wife isn't speaking out about anything. Everybody knows who did it. They're the ones who are doing everything in this world. Now that everybody knows that, the real question is, what are we going to do about it?
The United States is sending 200 troops to Israel to help support and monitor the ceasefire deal in Gaza. I don't feel that our troops are safe. Look, I'm not saying that something is going to happen. I'm just saying that it would be really easy to false flag something into happening, blame it entirely on Hamas, and then the United States suddenly needs to become directly involved and help relocate all of these people. Boom, now we have manufactured consent because, oh my God, look at this terrible thing that happened, like when they were withdrawing from Afghanistan. And now we need to, spend millions, if not billions of dollars to relocate 2 million people to surrounding nations and, destroy the rest of Gaza and then rebuild it all, which is the original plan. So call me crazy here. I feel I don't want anything to happen. I really want our troops to be safe and I want everything to go swimmingly and hopefully Palestinian Authority retakes the land and there's no more war. But I feel that this has the likelihood of becoming something. Now, again, could be completely wrong on this one, and I only hope that's the case. But come on, bro. Come the fuck on, bro.
Why are we sending our citizens and troops to their fucking country? What do we have to do with any of that? I think he's spot on. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. I think they're going to do a false flag. Some of our soldiers are going to die, and they're going to blame it on whoever. And then we're going to get directly involved, and then it's just going to be a shit show.
I think Bibi is completely evil and completely destructive. And he's hurting the United States, and he's destroying his own country, and I think he imperils the world. Okay, so I think that clearly they're going to try and blow up Al-Aqsa Mosque. I believe that. On the Temple Mount to build a third temple, and then you've got global war. So, he's a threat. But am I madder at him or Lindsey Graham? It's not even close.
I was going to mention...
Bibi Netanyahu is a foreigner, and he's trying to do what he thinks he should do for himself and his country. I get that. What's Lindsey Graham's excuse? What's Ted Cruz's excuse? Ted Cruz says right into the camera, I was elected, my main goal was to help Israel.
I came into Congress with the stated intention of being the leading defender of Israel in the United States Senate. Right. And I've worked every day to do that.
Really?
When Ted Cruz
How come you get elected on a platform in which you say publicly, my main goal is to help another country? This is deranged. Where's our self-respect? I don't want to even think about it. I'm not interested. I'm very interested in how American leaders could betray their own country. That enrages me.
And that you stop lying.
Have him removed immediately.
You will stop and cease the war in Gaza.
We will stop nothing.
I want them to stop the genocide in Gaza.
There you have it. We will stop nothing.
And proceed to stop lying to the American people because they've been doing it for too long. They've been funding the genocide, Israel.
All right, you stop following. We're taking them down the loading dock.
So, Josie, what just happened?
Well, we just had a retired U.S. Army officer just get arrested inside of the Senate intelligence hearing because the U.S. Senate is complicit in the genocide. They are funding this genocide. While this government is shut down, we have our Senate and our Congress still sending billions of dollars to Israel. There was an interruption by this Army officer to call for an end to the genocide, and that the U.S. is complicit in this genocide.
How's it demonic?
Bad Bunny's music is demonic, like most commercial rap music is demonic. It promotes things antithetical to Jesus Christ. That's demonic. This guy is a Latin
but wait a minute. Let me ask you something. I don't believe in Jesus Christ, okay?
I got that.
I'm Jewish. I am Jewish. And are you saying that every Jew is, by definition, then demonic?
I'm talking about music, Harvey.
I think you made your point. You and I definitely live in different worlds, Jason. But I ain't going into your world if I can help it, I gotta say.
Look out for the chairs flying off the rooftops there in Nashville.
And Harvey, I want to enter into a world where Jesus Christ reigns. So yeah, we got different points of views on this.
We do indeed, and I don't say that with any embarrassment, Jason.
You can't be in it.
I'm the executive producer.
Yeah, okay, pull the other one, buddy.
I created
all right, get out.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, seriously. Let us go home, Dan.
Daddy stuck around, but he wasn't
Your zipper's down.
Cheated
Zip
on
it
your
up.
mom, but she never left.
Okay, listen, this cannot keep happening. This is a kid's show. You can't be walking around with a bunch of guys with their zippers hanging out. You want one of the kids to see your thing? Huh?
She made sure you and
Girls got things too. I don't want to see girl things.
she ever had growing up. But when you told me the whole story,
Did Dan say something about $8,000? Here's the truth. He owes me $2 million. And I can't tell you what for.
Dogs barking is a government experiment to terrorize people in poverty. Check this out.
Do y'all hear the dog?
There's a dog barking in the background.
One time, 2 weeks ago, I was like stoned, and I woke up at 2 in the morning, still stoned, and I heard that dog barking. And the way it barking, it just sounded exactly the same pitch every time, and I got really creeped out because I started to feel like, what if the dog barking is a government experiment and it's really just someone playing a dog barking over a loudspeaker?
Almost like it's pre-recorded.
Like terrorizing low-income neighborhoods so that we can't have peace. Like, this is literally how I was thinking.
It's not that far-fetched of a theory.
And I swear, I bet you that is real in some way.
It's like the movie They Clone Tyrone. Check it out.
That's not a real dog. It's kind of like how in San Francisco, some businesses will play classical music super loud over the speakers outside of their business so that homeless people won't loiter and, hang out or sleep. And of course, a lot of homeless people will still stay out there and still sleep anyways, despite the music, but
stay weird, y'all.
It creeped me out thinking that, wow, this could all be a experiment.
Okay, we have to talk about water, Victor Schauberger, and copper, because you're not going to believe this. They found out that copper in the 1960s, every single house in America, North America probably, was using copper for their piping in their home. Around the same time that they started putting fluoride in the water, they changed the building code to use PVC pipes instead of copper pipes. Why? Well, it is said that copper actually neutralizes some percentage of fluoride. Many people think maybe they wanted us getting the full dose of fluoride. But Victor Schauberger was a prisoner of war, or he was in some camp in World War I, and he was near Tartaria. This is his own words. And he found that they had copper in their gardens in the streams that they watered the plants with. water flowed through copper and was said to increase the yield and growth rate of the plants massively from the Tartarians. And then we have people who are doing electroculture, which is when you jam a copper rod in the ground in your garden, and it is said to harvest etheric energy from the atmosphere and put it into the ground and increase the yield and growth rate of your plants. Let me know your thoughts if you ever heard about copper, because we got to talk more about it. Comment for part 2.
Hey, for all you retards who think boycotting a specific company is going to do anything, you're stupid! BlackRock, Vanguard, and Front Street own 96% of the companies in the entire fucking world. What makes you think boycotting Taco Bell is going to do anything? You are an idiot. Israel just bought TikTok, but all you stupid boomers who think that boycotting Taco Bell is going to do anything are still going to go on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, all owned by Jews. You'll use your phone and electronics that are created by slave labor and child labor by companies that are ran by literal demons. You guys are genuinely dumb people.
This reminds me of that movie Piranha, whenever, like, I don't know, I think it was an earthquake or something happened and it, like, cracked open the bottom of a lake and it just started releasing, like, all those extinct piranhas. Well, the ones that people thought were extinct.
Have you ever wondered how the famous streamer Hassan Piker keeps his dog behind him and in frame for the entirety of the stream? Well, it turns out, apparently he's using a shock collar. So the second the dog steps out of line or tries to walk off frame, bzzzt, look at this video.
So routine, so silly, such a first world problem. But it is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
Mind you, this is the left's golden boy for masculinity, like Hassan Piker. Look, everybody, we have masculine, strong, manly men on the left, too. Last I checked, masculine men don't abuse animals, but maybe that's just me. Hassan even recently partook in a stream where his guest complained that his collar was too tight on his dog, so this apparently isn't even just a one-off. Look at this.
And now it's mainstream. I love her. I think her collar's too tight.
Well, it's here we get.
Genuine question, how can I expect that you have the best interests of everybody at heart when you can't even take care of your own dog? The guy complains about fascism all day and then zaps his dog for stepping out of line. Give me a break.
And if you guys paid attention to the clip, you would see that the dog didn't really even do anything. It wasn't chewing on anything. It wasn't messing with anything.
A lot of people hated it, and people say it's like such a terrible movie, but I think it's because they didn't bag what it's about. What? It shows pretty much what could be happening right now with future athletes and deadass with witchcraft, rituals they're using to put somebody new on. So the whole story was there's this guy, and he is the next talent. He's the next big GOAT. Before him, there was somebody else. Marlon, yeah, he played the character that was the GOAT. Yeah. So the story was about Marlon pretty much resigning or retiring and giving the torch off to the new GOAT. One of the things they did in the final battle was Marlon was injecting his own blood into the new kid. Whoa. And the reason being was that before him, he got the blood from someone else. Whoa. And whoever got it from that was the original. The theory is these legends and these GOATs, they share their destiny and pass it on to each other through blood rituals. Yeah.
Oh shit. Let's see what's inside an oatmeal cream pie. It starts with corn syrup, then enriched bleached flour, palm and soybean oils with TBHQ and citric acid to protect flavor, whole grain rolled oats, molasses, raisin paste, sugar, water, dextrose, leavening, whey, salt, soy lecithin, cornstarch, natural and artificial flavors, mono and diglycerides, polysorbate 60, sorbitan monosterate, dried eggs, modified cornstarch, sorbic acid, soy flour, dried egg whites, annatto extract, beta carotene, caramel color, chocolate, cocoa butter, citric acid, cocoa, high fructose corn syrup, modified wheat starch, non-fat dry milk, palm and palm kernel oil, pectin, polysorbate 80, propylene glycol monosterate, red 40 lake, rice flour, sodium citrate, sodium stearoyl lactylate, soybean oil, titanium dioxide, and turmeric extract. It can't be that many ingredients for one little oatmeal cream pie.
Dude, I thought this was a milkshake at the beginning. All of that in an oatmeal cream pie. Alright guys, I'm gonna go and end this video right here. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know by leaving a thumbs up and or subscribing if you guys are new. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm gonna be pretty busy tomorrow, so I'm probably not gonna be posting tomorrow. But I do want to post a video Monday for sure. So anyways, as always, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yo, YBH.